Hold your head up, it's kasi sesifigile. The time is now. Today.
100% real people. Ninjani eThekwini. This is me, Tembeka Vilani, once again giving you another episode for you 100% real people. It's become a unique little tradition here that we have on the 100% to have a panel conversation. So today we've got a group of people that I'm going to introduce to you just now. Welcome. Thank you so much for watching from wherever you are at eThekwini. Thank you so much also for your follows, your likes, your subscribes, your comments, your shares on social media. We appreciate them. We see each and every single one of them. Please do keep it coming and do subscribe on our YouTube channel because that's the only way you're going to see all these wonderful episodes that we record just for you. And before I go any further, there are a couple of people that have made this day possible and I just want to give them a special shout out. First of all, I want to thank Do Confidence Designs for these amazing outfits that they provide for us. Do Confidence Designs is available at Umkumbane, so if you want your custom-made items, please do go over there. She does also have items for sale as well. Please do follow her on all social media platforms and she will definitely hook you up. I would love to thank Isimodeni Creations for these amazing jewelry pieces that always just finish and complete the outfit. Isimodeni does also custom make her jewelry items for you, but she also does have items for sale. So please do go to www.isimodeni.co.za and you can get yourself some amazing handcrafted jewelry. I would love to thank Ikhono Exclusive Furniture for the amazing set that you see here today. After Ikhono Exclusive Furniture came on board, our set has never looked any better. So thank you so very much to Ikhono Exclusive Furniture. And if you want exclusive furniture for your event, please do contact Ikhono Exclusive Furniture and they'll make your event look exquisite, top-notch, and very classy with their amazing furniture items. I would love to thank the Durban Botanical Gardens for being our host for today. They've opened their doors and we thank them so very much. The Durban Botanical Gardens, if you didn't know, is one of the longest standing and the longest running botanical gardens in the Southern Hemisphere. So if you haven't visited the Durban Botanical Gardens to see the amazing array of horticultural plants, animals and bird life, please do come over to the Durban Botanical Gardens and they have a conference venue that can host your event so exquisitely too. Hello guys. Hello. Ninjani. I'm so good. It's so amazing to have young people here. I'm a 26-year-old.
I like the 26-ish.
These born freeze. Yeah. So you guys were born pretty much right around when our democracy was born. Yeah. And so before I want to ask, how has your life been like? Like what does being born in democracy mean? Because me, I was born very many years ago. Anyway, but we don't know who you are. Please, can you introduce yourselves? Tell us ukuthi ubani gama, ubani sibongo, and nokuthi udume ngani nje.
Okay. I am Siva Dlamini, but many call me Siva because my name is apparently too long. Yes, Siva Dlamini. I'm originally from the Eastern Cape and I grew up here. I think ngidume ngobu ngiwulaqhasha.
No,
in a good way. In a good way.
Please.
Let me explain. No, I think I'm a very energetic person.
Igama Chuma Jijana, but most of my friends call me JJ. Ngidumengani cute.
Okay. Thank you.
My name is Naledi Zondi. Yes. And I'm doing arts basically. I think that's like the highlights. Everyone knows me for my art.
I'm Xola Mehlomakhulu. Born Eastern Cape, bred and buttered almost everywhere else, but I've taken a liking to KZN. Basically, I'm known for a lot of things. I'm an author, I'm a student activist, and currently I'm the national spokesperson of EFF Student Command.
Wow. Okay. Well, look at you. So I want to know, guys, we just want to have a conversation. We want to chat about a couple of things. We want to know what is life like for your average born free. You know, this term has been used here, there, and everywhere. I don't know if you guys like being called born frees.
I don't think we qualify as born frees.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Our generation, I think we fall in between where we have to carry the burdens of the previous and then also push
the 2000.
Yeah, like 2000.
The 2000s, the born
those,
frees.
like,
I thought those are the millennials.
Yeah, but the title is different, but the nature and charismatics, it's them.
Yeah.
We're bothered by you guys.
You guys like teenagers.
We're black tags.
Oh,
So I want just a bit of consensus for everyone on the table. How was your life like ever since you were born? Just like give us a brief overview.
I think what JJ speaks to, it's the minefield between being born free, because our parents understood that it's a different time space. Things are supposed to be easily accessible. You're supposed to be doing certain things that they couldn't necessarily do. And you find that systematically it's not true.
yeah.
And so just trying to maneuver within that space, it's been really, really crazy being born free, because there's so much expectation upon your life. But the reality is you're confronted with just as much drama and backlog that people before you were.
Right. Sure. Yeah,
I think
Naledi?
for me it was great. Well,
Okay.
Define
great.
It's. I think it's different for different people. So there are parents who just didn't take advantage of everything that came with it. My parents did. The day Mandela came out, they were like, "We're getting this money." So obviously our lives were different, and we had everything.
Well,
that
what
we
did your
had
parents
in us.
do?
My parents have their own businesses. So my mom is in insurance and my dad is in the taxi industry. So my parents made sure that we had everything that we wanted, and even with the people we interacted with, I was around coloreds. I had a white best friend. I had a colored best friend. So I was like in it. Like I was living the born free.
You
life.
are born.
I really need to show mom this conversation, because she didn't do this with that. They didn't do this when they were lazy around. And I'm so hurt right now. Right? I'm really hurt. Cuts deep. Being born in Cape Town, lived in Eastern Cape, and then ended up in PMB. I think for me, I was very liberal. And as much as keyword Xola used was supposed to, the things that we were supposed to receive, but more than anything, that we really had a covered life as our generation, I'd like to believe. For me, I was very covered. Like the things that, and I say I'm just speaking for me, we're very privileged. Like amanzi, mbane, are things that are normal to us.
Sure.
Full of opportunities, but also
of
systematically.
Yeah. And for you, Siva?
For me, I'd say I'm kind of like, okay, because I can't really comment in a way that as if I was there, like prior, or because I don't know how it was in the apartheid, but I see documentaries and I hear about it and all of that. So obviously I can have an opinion. I mean, my mom has always been independent, and so my mom, because she's so independent, she's always like, she looks at me with the eye,
So that's opposed to kind of Xola was talking about.
So my mom is like, she will literally say like, this is all I'm gonna give you, and you see what you do with it. I came here at Etegwini when I was 8 years old, so I've always been without her, kind of. But it has advantages and disadvantages, because there's a lot of things where I had to figure out myself. Okay.
So how do you feel about the rights of people, specifically children, in our society, in our country, right? Not on a political element, right? Yeah. But just people, the right to be.
Okay, since you're looking at me, I feel like I think we are very entitled. So we don't know what used to happen before. So we feel that because we are in democracy and because we are in freedom, we entitled to everything. So I think there's a fine line, there's a fine line
to what rights
that
and
we have.
Entitlement is.
So
right.
it's like with us wanting free education. If we look at our country, it's not
at that state,
it's really not at that state, but we are pushing it because we're entitled to free education. So I think there's a fine line. It's very tricky. It's very tricky.
Right.
So
I think to an extension to that question, do we know what our rights are?
Because of the position that we are born in, the word democracy is a very open-ended term.
Yeah.
So there are things that are written in the Freedom Charter that we are born in that space are expecting. That's where the term entitlement then comes into place.
Right.
So I'm
you're
very
expecting it at all costs.
Yes.
Because, for example, with the free education, maybe at some time in the future we would be able to, but we want it at all costs right now.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is, when you're going to bring out such a broad statement, we're a democratic country, we're for the people, about the people. There are a lot of people. And the reality is, if you look at other first world countries, they had to sacrifice certain things for them to focus on certain things. We are not in a state where we can say, if you have a headache, we're going to drill a head in your head. So pumitimon. It's like those are 1800s things.
Yeah.
But you think about it, we are in a position where, okay, you're born in as the born freeze. You guys are expected to to create certain things. But there's a limit. You can do so much, but if we tell you if you can. You can do this under our control.
Yeah.
So that's where we
that's
sit.
where
So then your 2000s, I like the 2K. Your 2Ks are, there's more services for them to do things.
Right.
But to us, we're offered the same things or similar to what our parents had.
There's levels to democracy.
Yeah. So guys, did you go, Siva, to the school that you wanted to go to? If you didn't, what school did you want to go to?
I'd say at the time I wasn't really a picky child. So it was like, you're going to high school next year, you need to find a school. And then I'm like, okay. Then
And
I
you
just
found
went
the
and I
first
found the
school.
nearest school. Actually, it was 5 minutes away from home. Okay. As obviously time went on, you know, you're older, you're like, oh, if only I went to a private school, you know, would have been.
So it
But
wasn't
then
really a
as much as-
systemic issue that you didn't go to the school that you wanted to.
Yeah.
It was just more like a little domestic issue where it was kind
Yeah.
of sort of left to you. And
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So also another thing that was left to me to actually, you know, was my responsibility kind of. And I find that a lot of things, and it actually, I'm like, actually, I wasn't supposed to do that. But in the overall, eskoleni, it wasn't
that
like
was
really
the
an issue. But
experience.
varsity, yes, I went to varsity that I wanted to go to, which was in
Okay.
KZN.
And how easy was it to get in there? Like access was easy?
I didn't have trouble.
Sure.
Yeah, I applied and I got the space and I
And you went
studied there. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Kuma?
For me, it doesn't matter of, I think it's only now where we're liberal to know what schools do and which school does what.
Yeah.
We started school like in 2000. And then you get to high school and most of the time it's usually peer driven. It's not really what the school can offer you as an individual. Now that you've left high school, you're like, I should have.
So this is
Yeah.
like a Siva
Yeah.
complex.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Naledi.
Okay, with me, with primary, I went to the nearest primary.
Right,
But when it
right.
was high school, everyone was supposed to go to the high school
That was
like,
near
next
the
to
thing,
the,
right.
But my parents were like, no. They didn't offer art. So my parents knew at that time that, you know, we need to cultivate this.
Oh, your parents do for mine.
Yes. So they looked for a school that offered art. So they chose. It wasn't a matter of, I didn't even choose for myself. I was just like, anything goes. 'Cause
And the access in there was easy. You were
yeah,
in
it
there,
was
you were
easy.
accepted.
It was
you
like,
were-
I was, they were very strict because I was coming from another, you know,
Right, sort of
so they were like,
region,
yeah,
right.
and the English was colored. It was very
Okay.
bad. I want to stand over there, man. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying here.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying over there?
I think one thing she said, you know, like her parents found a school that spoke to art. I remember when I wanted to do art in grade 10, and mom was just like, "What? Ufuna ukubhala? Ufuna ukuzoba?" Ukhangela iCrayon. Uzobhala up. And that just speaks to the culture of what it means to be a born free. I think it's contextual to your family. It's contextual even to their experiences.
Yeah.
I always blame my parents, like they're just saying that, where were they, Chunda Patti? Why didn't they fight? Maybe we'd be in parliament now.
Yeah, well,
you know?
some streets named after you. Something, you know?
Because that spoke to even the kind of school that we went to. I wanted to go, I remember we went to the same high school with JJ. I wanted to go to Mercedes College. But structurally,
Which is what, a private school?
it's like a semi-government, semi-private.
Right.
But it's just guys. It's a
Sure.
boys' school.
Sure.
And I remember like the dynamics of what kind of family I came from really came into picture because my mom was a single parent, she was a nurse, and that's the only thing she was exposed to because of where she was coming from. So the time came for me to be taken, and the fees was just like, and the irony is, my little brother's going to the high school that I wanted to go to now. So you see how institutionally we're so different. Because,
Right.
So the kind of school that you go to really exposes your thinking.
Yeah.
You assimilate to a different culture. So he's with people who go to like a holiday in Canada, and those are the kind of conversations that they have.
Right.
Even when it came to choosing subjects, the entitlement of being a born free didn't kick in because there was an expectation. This is the kind of career that I need
That
to
you need
take
to do
so
so you can
that
get
we
a
can-
proper job,
Yeah.
make a
And
proper
and then proper
salary,
you
and
know,
have a
so-
proper boss. Okay, my next question was going to be, did anyone study further after high school?
Sure.
And did you study further in the thing that you,
Sure.
not in the thing necessarily. One in the thing, yes, one, but also two in the institution that you wanted to, and that also speaks to career now. Yeah. So did we study further in after high school?
So I did. I got a bursary to do accounting.
Oh.
That changed.
And how did you get
That
access
was
to that
not my
bursary?
It was nuts. It was really nuts.
Really, like I think they called me up one day. In
Right.
fact, they called my mother. I don't know where they got our contacts, and they were just like,
Like, were you very good at
son,
accounting?
I was very good at a lot of things. I am that guy. I'm that guy. So they called mom. They're like, "Hey, we've ordered your son a bursary for this." Mom
And your mom was
didn't
like,
even
"Yes,
care to ask.
you're
me,
taking
like,
this."
That's how, but I found that within that, I'm just like, I'm not passionate about this. There's no people. I'm not changing. I'm not impacting people's lives, which is what inherently I feel like I'm called to. So I had to finish that, and then it's only now that I'm getting to do what I'm passionate about. Just like, hey.
And did you work after varsity, or you
Nah,
just
after varsity,
studied and you were like,
just,
"Mom, it's done. Here's your
like,
qualification."
here's what you want.
Right.
My turn now.
right. Yeah. Anyone else, guys?
Yeah,
Because I heard
think-
a little bit of Siva's story.
Yeah.
How she also went to varsity. Yes.
Yeah, I
Naledi.
think it's the same situation. You just do it for your parents. Well, my parents were on the right track. And then my school was like, "You're in the top 10. You are gonna study something academic, So they kept telling my parents that no, she has
Until
to
her parents like kind of believed it.
Yeah, they were like,
Right.
okay, maybe don't do arts and just specialize in one thing. Maybe do something where you can sell your art. Let's compromise. So then I did retail business management.
Sure.
So now I can manage my business. Like I'm not mad at that. Like I really
It's
am
a
not.
compromise.
Yes, it's a compromise. But
It's still not
I would have so many more opportunities because now there's a lot of things that I can't do in the arts industry because I'm not educated like in arts. Now I don't want to start from scratch. I don't want to go start first year. I need to do my masters now. So my parents are still on that. Oh, go do your masters, and the whole family is like the first graduates in the family is doing first year, like So I think also that mentality that where parents are like, okay, we have the first graduates or the first person who went to varsity, born free. So
And
now
it
you can
seems
go
as though
to
parents
study.
are there's something that they're trying to fix with us. Chuma, did you study after
Yes, I
varsity?
did.
I mean, after high school.
I did. Thank mom.
Okay.
I was born
Was
by
it a
single
similar
parents.
situation?
Yes, similar situation.
Right.
The school that he wanted to go to, I got offered a scholarship because of rugby.
Hi.
I turned it down because I don't want to just go with boys. Where's that ship? I saw get classy. After playing, the dynamics that girls bring into a school that you don't actually pick up.
Sure.
So I was lucky that as my dad was present in my life, but my mom and dad are not married.
Okay.
So when I used to visit my dad in Cape Town, so when I go to Cape Town visit my dad, I think I was in grade 9. My brother and my dad had computers around the house. This is an alien thing for me because in KZN, in the house the way we have
I know that the home affairs.
we have cats. You have cats where you type in and you getting familiar with the computer. But at home, they're mechanic. And I think from grade 10, I found an institution that only dealt with that.
Yeah.
No, it was IT.
Right, IT.
But
okay.
IT in varsity is different to IT in a private institution. Also, I'm now in the career. I've
Right.
been working for 6 years.
Okay.
And
That's
I love it.
Because by extension, that question was going to go there. Which are you in the job that you want to be in, and what are some of the barriers of entry, if there are any, for Amapon Frizz?
Politics
Okay, internal, external,
everywhere.
right? Oh,
Politics. It's sad. Like you don't want to say there is nepotism,
Right,
but
right.
nepotism goes with color, sex,
sure.
race, tribe. It's not in a negative manner, but because we're diverse to democracy, then tribalism becomes questionable.
Sure,
So politics in all nature becomes an issue when you're going to start work.
Yeah.
Ish. And Siva, what are you doing now? You working? Are you?
I'm working and studying.
Oh, okay.
So I graduate. I have a psychology degree. Yes, it's in psychology and industrial psychology.
Oh,
So
look,
currently,
account.
so currently I'm studying towards a postgrad. I'm in human resources management, which is part
And
of
is that what you
industrial.
want to do?
Yes.
Right,
And
right.
towards Nakona, I actually decided after I graduated, because it was more like, okay, so after I graduated, got my degree, just like a year, it's like, okay, I'm not sure about this working. So actually, I looked for a job. I wanted to intern in psychology, and obviously that was like, this thing is not working. The six months down the line and looking, I was like, hey,
so you got the internship. But
no, 6 months of looking.
6
months of looking.
Right.
I'm just like, it's not working out. Like I can't be. It's depressing. Being at home is depressing. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to like volunteer on something. And luckily I did. It was piecework, like working towards peace. Yes,
Right.
It was very nice. That's when I went back to school. So I registered again for my postgrad,
and
and
industrial
now
psychology still.
no, in human resources.
In human
management,
resource.
So that came about because I worked in retail. I worked in retail and still am. Actually, I'm a beauty advisor currently because I need to balance with school and things. I need the extra cash because mom is just like. So with psychology, I studied psychology because I was really interested in the human behavior, basically. Like
I was going to ask you now, with the HR postgrad that you're doing, do you want to go work in HR?
Yes.
Okay. But Naledi, I know you are in your own independentness thing. Yeah, but so what are you doing? Number one, number two. What do you feel is your likeliness to succeed?
Okay, before I say what I'm doing, I think I also have to highlight that now we are at a point where our parents started their own legacies in a way, so they expect us to carry that on. But then we come in and we're like, I want to do art. And they're like,
no,
but
what about
I've
the
been
text?
building this company and I expected you to take over. And now, so it's a bit tricky.
But now the expectations come back now.
Yes,
though.
so now you
even we have
expect it.
expectations, our parents.
Yes,
have
because they
expectations of us.
build legacies and then we're supposed to carry them on.
Right,
And then we want to take another direction because now we are liberated and we're more knowledgeable and our opportunities are just so vast. So with me, I really love art. I didn't study arts, but I did start an art company. But my parents thought that it was an experimental thing because they're very supportive of everything that I do. So they thought that it was just going to be like a phase. Yes. Then if you know me for my art, I go to conferences, I do speaking events, and they're like,
Nice.
yeah, this is becoming serious, you know. So I really grew in art independently. I did it 100% on my own, and it's tricky for my parents because they're really proud, but they're looking at their lives and they're like, hey, Bada, what's gonna happen, you know? So I think I'm not doing what I studied, but there is like, you know, elements of it because then I sell my art, obviously. I worked in retail for 4 years and then there's lots of racism, you know, they don't pay you as much as you work because I'm very passionate, so I do the manager's work willingly, but they'll never give me that opportunity and you know that you're not going to get it. You can see that it's not coming anytime soon. So,
because racism is a whole other
it's
now
like, and
that
the
can
retail
just be have
industry,
a topic of its own because now we have this democracy.
Yes.
You are the born frees, but because that's why I'm trying to drive the point home. Is it as glorified for people that are living in it as what we expect, what our parents expect? It's this glorification thing. But yes,
no, I think it's in context, but it's harder to do like in reality. I think it was just a step in the right direction, and now we're just working on being born free.
Now in your art now, so do you feel is your likeliness to succeed?
I don't just do art.
Okay.
I love to push arts education. I am studying a project where we are doing arts in buildings. So on the wall, I can make your portraits on the wall, and it's there forever. And it's parts of art that people didn't know. Like I'm doing Decorex now with the furniture company, and you'd be like, how does that come together?
Yeah,
so I sit there, I paint on furniture. So I will be there like painting on your furniture. So now it's not just furniture. You have a unique artwork.
But I mean, with so many BCom accountants people out there, right?
Sure.
In your field, what do you feel the likeliness to succeed?
My field will now be LLB, but like
okay.
I think the crisis is industry. I think we spoke to something that inherently is a big crisis within the born free time frame is the reality systematically of every industry is still for an elite
Mm. So nothing has changed.
Your elitist firms are
Really.
controlled. Who gets that internship is controlled. It's the likeliness to succeed is not necessarily based on merit anymore. Is Born Free, the Rainbow Nation narrative, a reality in South Africa? And I think we just have to be those people who push and make it that reality. And there are consequences to that push. And we just have to be willing to pay for those sacrifices. What I'm passionate about is what I'm doing. I have an NGO, and I think that's where I'm really, really pushing to succeed in is we're gender-based, we focus on gender-based crisis and just relief also in terms of you find that other gender non-conforming binaries are really, there's still corrective rape because of homophobia. So we deal with that, we address survivors, we create awareness, and that's where we're pushing. And I think for me, that's the impact that counts, to say the likeness to succeed is in the time that we're putting in.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think back in the day, again, I'm going to point it, the fight was won. The fight was united, right?
Yeah.
And now, when you strip away that curtain, you find out, hang on, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of rottenness, there's a lot of mess, actually. And I think that is the dilemma that Born Frees and younger people, are
You know
meant
what's the issue of
Yeah.
the system back is that they sat together, they're like, no, let's make one national anthem, that'll fix our problems. People could not study specific things. People could not have access to certain things. And if you're not correcting that, you're going to leave the next legacy and the next generation to go and still have to knock on those doors. Women are not paid as much as men in industry for jobs that they're more qualified for. That's a systematic issue. Black people, if you look at right now and you see the richest people in South Africa and you find property, you'll find how many people are black that own land. You'll find the deals that government has even made to open the doors to young people. We self-employed as entrepreneurs, and they say the doors are there. They're open. But in truth, go knock on that door.
And I think that speaks back to the likeliness to succeed question that if you do, and also why I asked, did you go to the varsity that you wanted to? Did you go to the school that you wanted to? And what were the barriers of entry there? What are some of the things? Okay, so what can the youth do? Well, I know you've touched on some, and I really like what you've said. What can the youth do to emancipate and empower themselves?
So see, I think that's the problem. That question is the problem. That question, it fabricates the idea that if we capacitate ourselves, we should do better. But the system doesn't allow us to do better.
To capacitate ourselves in order to do.
Like, for example, I work in IT, I work in service delivery, I work in local government. I'm passionate about making sure service delivery reaches where it is. I'm in technology. I talk to everything. So JJ, this is what you need to do. Capacitate yourself. Make sure that you're ready so that when you call upon you, you can be great. I'm there. Get ready to go. Can go because now at the end of the door, there's still gatekeepers. And the gatekeepers are those before me. Those people from the day. Like you said, Kalen, that you have all your time in the world, go back and you can start. You see it that way. We don't. We really don't.
I don't know
we
why.
really don't.
That's
Why
one
don't
thing
you
you need
see
to know
that?
about our generation.
We
We don't
have
have time.
time.
We don't have time.
What do you mean? We've gone to where? What do you
We
want to
don't
do
have
with your
time.
time?
You think we have a time to scale pants, say all the things
don't.
just because we gave our parents the certificate of studying. That's 4 years to them. You think now we can take another 4 years? So
To yourself.
We've
So
wasted
understand.
4 years. That's in
That's
our
a waste to us. It's a waste to us. Understand the matter.
4 years.
It's I have to study for 4 years.
Yeah.
Understand also the problem the system is I can't get a job if I don't have minimum requirements. Entry level jobs need 2 years, 3 years minimum
She's
requirements.
working and studying.
Yeah, she started with an NGO.
But I'm
and then she,
working in a place that's not by choice.
What
Yes.
is
to gain the experience so that she says she has
It
experience.
doesn't
count.
count. It
So
doesn't
it's-
really count.
We're
We don't have to
fabricating
look
what
for the money.
is required from us. If I have a budget of 25 million to do a solution that's going to help the water department to navigate and see how much water we're spending as a city, if that money is gone tomorrow because of politics, now we suffer.
Sure.
The domino effect hits. It's still politics, it's still systems. So usekhaya ufunde elokishini, ufunde Sapapu, ufunde iKZN,
At the end of the day,
ufunde
you're stuck
VT.
at the same door.
So I said
Yeah.
our born free is born
Right.
free to a extent, to a limit.
Yeah.
You're free, but before you,
Right.
well, you can do this. You
But-
can be smart, but
But Tony,
Yes,
But-
that's true.
you can be liberal, but don't.
Right,
Gamoon.
right.
Now the 2Ks, they're rebellious.
Yeah.
We're like the firstborns. You know, the family of firstborns of like 4 or 3 kids.
Responsible for your siblings.
We're deputy parents. We're literally deputy parents of the country.
I think one of the biggest things that speaks to like being born free and the transition to being born free was there was an economic question that was not necessarily fulfilled or answered. And so you've got so many people with born free dreams that are sitting at home because they can't afford to be in university. You've got people who have went to university through NFSAS or whatever system was sitting at home with that degree.
Yeah.
I think the youth needs to just be aware of the fact that the doors are
Because I was
not
going to ask,
open.
let's end this on a positive. Because at the end of the day, we always tomorrow we have to wake up and live life.
Yes, we have to.
It can't be
It
dooming.
can't
You know what I
be.
mean? We need to do something
The youth has to be willing to enter into places where people
and
have
just
said,
enter it.
Yeah, just
and
enter
get
and
it.
just be willing to say, you know what, we don't care what happens, who
Alright.
says what,
Alright.
we're gonna push.
Alright.
And it's just equipping ourselves with that
Alright.
knowledge. Understanding that we're not extremely free is also something to organize ourselves. There's something that Harriet Tubman says that she freed so many slaves, but she would have freed so many more if they knew they were slaves. And that's what we need to come back to. Until the youth wakes up and just realize I might be born free or within a democracy, but there's still some stuff that needs fixing. Then that's when we're going to start answering the question.
Sure.
I think that's so relevant because now we have a duty to teach the generations behind us and forward. Because my sister can study whatever she wants because I had to be like, this is what I want to do. And my parents had to change their mindsets.
And they
So
need to
we have to
understand that.
change the mindsets within our families and within the jobs that we find. And then only there's going to be a difference. So we have a lot on our shoulders. We really do. Because we have to change everyone's mindset.
Trusted,
You know?
my firstborn.
Yes.
Siva, what can the young people do in order to
like-
emancipate?
So as well, I was just gonna comment on the fact that yes, we are born free, but we are not actually. Like it only, like you said, it only goes to an extent, and like the kids now are taught to dream, to have dreams, to have goals and whatnot. And
You were taught to have jobs.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
so like they are dreaming and they pushed, like they really push. No matter what, like in Gishokta, it sounds ridiculous. Wuti, I want to do this. I want to go sell those shirts that I like wearing. You know, Wuti, like, and it's such simple things that you find Amantuke is doing. You know, and you just like.
I didn't do this.
You know, like they do the
There's a
simplest
job.
things, but they actually do because they do it with so much passion and they believe in themselves. This thing is gonna work because we all have ideas and we all want to do this. We all see ourselves driving that car, or whatever. But it's more of like just getting out there and getting the damn thing done.
And I think you guys have done the job though, because I think parents' mindsets are changed now. If 2Ks can do that and parents can allow them, so you fulfilled your mandate, guys. Like you know, pat yourself on the shoulder. They remain.
They hate us. They hate us so much. But to cut, like a friend of mine likes using the term pioneers cost. That's what born frees are, our age group. We are literally having to pay so that they can be free.
Which is what our parents suffered. Really.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
but we weren't born at their parents' time to suffer the same thing.
No. But I'm saying yes. I'm saying that for you guys to live the even half the life that you're living, parents had to sacrifice a lot. You had to sacrifice a lot so that your younger siblings
But
can
the siblings don't know that we sacrifice.
They don't know to
But they will have. In fact, they do. Maybe we should sit around with some 2Ks. Hey, let's talk. The conversation has been so amazing. So amazing, guys. Thank you so much for coming through.
From a youth perspective, I think we just need to wake up. I think that's my biggest call. Can we wake up to the fact that black is beautiful? Can we wake up to the fact that black can be excellent? I think that's should be the conversation that we're having as young people right now to say, hey, how many of us are starting a hospital? How many of us are saying as doctors, as professionals, what are we doing? Because I don't want to be speaking to a generation that we fought so much for to become an employee, to become someone who let's run a hospital, let's run a bank, let's do it because that's what inevitably we're fighting for. We're not just fighting for the crumbs; we want the whole table.
Okay. Well, there we go. Sure, this has been amazing, guys. Thank you so very much, Siva, Chuma, Naledi. Ola, thank you so very much, guys. This has been so amazing. It has been
you for
wonderful
having us.
conversation. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
for being so open and for being here, for sharing your life. Thank you to you too, eThekwini. This has been amazing. This has been the 100% talk show for you, 100% real people. These guys are real. Like, these are the real people that we give you here every time on the 100% talk show. Please do continue to follow us and chat to us on our social media platforms. Here are the details here on the screen. We love to hear from you as always. You do know this, eThekwini. And then we can continue giving you 100% talk for 100% real people. Please send your suggestions through as well. Who do you want to see? Who do you want to chat to? Who do you want to be here on our table next time? So this has been the 100% talk show. My name as always is Vilani. I love you so much, but remember, God loves you more. Mwah.